Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Sunday, July 24th. A look at the impact map for today on the left. A lot going on. We have monsoonal moisture coming up on the wetter side from south to north, and actually from southeast to northwest. And to the north, a cold front coming down is going to enhance winds across some very dry areas of central and eastern Idaho. So we have big concern for winds gusting near 30 miles per hour, low humidity. And in between that, sandwiched in, we have smoke from some of the Sierra fires in California, now pushing into parts of western and northern Nevada. Otherwise, the heat continues in the red for most areas Monday and Tuesday, as do the monsoonal thunderstorms across the southern third of our region. A look at lightning and precipitation. We had some lightning in far southern and eastern areas. It is poised to expand much further northwards and northwestwards today. Some new starts down south, new emerging fire here in southern Nevada, and fire activity continues in basically all quadrants. So things getting busy other than the far southeast. New starts and existing fires in a large portion of the Great Basin. A large portion has been dry the last 7 days. We actually have seen some of that moisture on the lighter side, but widespread, spreading across much of Nevada except for the far northwest, but much of Idaho has been dry. You can see the percent of normal precipitation very dry in that dark red, near 0% of normal precip for the week. And in the areas of yellow to blue and purple, areas near or above normal for the week, given the added monsoonal moisture. And our fuels kind of reflect that. We've taken a bite out of those driest 5% or lower 100-hour fuels here in parts of eastern Nevada, but still bone dry in a large portion of this semicircle area. A look at some ERCs. We'll look at Nevada, where we had that new emerging fire down in Ely's area, and they did drop down with the monsoonal moisture, but they have crept back up above the 90th percentile and not too far from their records for this time of year. And since there are fires in the Sierra on the California side, we look and quite high ERCs at record levels in parts of our Sierra. So that's a thing we have to start watching carefully. No significant fire activity yet, but things are definitely drying up north, where we have the big fires up the Moose Fire up in the Salmon Chalice. You can see we're beyond the 97th percentile, approaching record dry levels, and even western Wyoming, typically a laggard, is well above normal and approaching record levels as we speak. Look at the satellite imagery. There is the monsoonal moisture pushing northwards. It is this trough of low pressure that's enhancing the winds across the central mountains of Idaho. That'll be the big story for today. That is why we have high risk for winds, areas here in the orange. You can see the dryness of the air mass, that tannish shade, and some of the tighter height lines together, and some of these wind barbs here, upper level ridgetop winds near 30 miles per hour. You can see where the monsoonal moisture starts creeping up in the green. Winds, you can see some of those winds today in pockets will be moving from north to south, but these orange shades is where gusts will be approaching 30. Humidity will be in the low teens up there, single-digit humidities across Nevada, but the humidity start coming up quite a bit as you get into the south as the monsoonal moisture advances. And that monsoonal advance, you can see it here in the green, covering a good portion of the southern third of Utah and Nevada, and it's a deep plume all the way from central Mexico. So we start seeing more greens and yellows on the map, otherwise dry, but no significant winds. Specifically in our area, there could be some northwest downslope winds off the Uintas into the Uinta Basin. Humidities there, though, pumping up into the upper teens. Elsewhere, light winds other than outflow boundaries from thunderstorms. Monsoonal moisture continues in the south and kind of makes a T-shape across the southern third of the geographic area, and that's reflected by some of the increasing yellows here in southwestern Nevada. See the humidity's climbing up into the 20s, a good portion of Nevada. Outflow boundaries here on the left of nearby thunderstorms. Otherwise, large-scale gradient winds should be light. 3-day precipitation totals, and again, deep moisture into the Arizona Strip with a half-inch of rain into the higher terrain of southwest Utah. Lighter amounts, but still lots of cloud cover, higher humidity anywhere you see these spotty green areas of light showers. On Wednesday, there's a monsoonal moisture to our south. High pressure coming in, it's just basically hot everywhere. And depending on where you are, you either had good monsoonal moisture and you're in the green or yellow where you don't expect much fire activity, large fire growth anyway, and there's a very sharp line basically along maybe the Highway 50 corridor northwards where it's just going to be bone dry. And that trend continues into Thursday with the next deep monsoonal moisture push here on the left, as you can see. But again, that moisture stays mostly in the southern areas through Friday, makes a push up into the Sierra on Saturday. We saw how dry some of the fuels are in that southern Sierra PSA that we have. So we'll have to watch for some lightning there. They haven't had lightning in a long time. 7-day precipitation totals, you can see the deep moisture and the heavy precipitation across Arizona and pushing into southern Utah, lesser amounts to the west, but still existing and quite dry to the north. The 8 to 14-day outlook, hot temperatures, cooler than normal to the south. That's a reflection of the monsoon, but the real story is told on the right. You can see that large green area of above normal precipitation. That's the monsoon in full force, pushing northwards through into the first week of August. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.